Hello, this is a tutorial on how to use my favorite learning management system, Google Classroom. So I'm going to walk you through how to create an account, how to create a class in Google Classroom, how to post anything on Google Classroom, and then how to share PDFs, URLs, how to make an assignment, and then how to make a quiz or a quick poll. And then any other features that I think would be helpful in the classroom. So to start, this is what my home page looks like. I'm going to show you how to create an account. All you need is a Google email account to log in. So this is what it will look like once you get logged in. And all you have to do is go to your apps. So if you go to your email, you'll have the same app bar, and from here you can go to Google Classroom, and if it doesn't show up, you can go to Even More from Google, and then you just click on Classroom and it'll come straight to this page. So that's all you have to do to create an account, is to have a Google account and go to your apps. If you want to create a class, you have to go to this Add button to create a class. So I'll create a class. Okay, using Google Classroom, just basic protection, security, and then you'll click continue. Then you can come up with your class name. So let's say it's for one of my geometry classes, and period 8, and the subject is math or geometry. Okay, math didn't really come up, so I'll put geometry, and then you can put the room number. So I'll create my class, and that's it. Pretty simple to create a class. It just takes some time to get loaded. You can also edit the theme. So if you want to select a theme, you can just pick anything that you'd like. There's different themes, different colors. I like the ones that kind of look like a blackboard, so I'll pick one of those. And then I'll upload. You can also upload a photo instead, but the theme does all the colors and everything like that. Okay, so from there, if you want to post an announcement, all you have to do is go to the class, and then it says create and schedule announcements, respond to student posts. So if you want to share something, you can just click on the share something with your class. So I'll just say a welcome note, and then you can post the announcement. Okay, so anytime you want to share something with your class, you just press on this. Sometimes it will have a little button in the corner with an add button. My class might look that way. If we go to mine, yep. So over here, mine, because I've been using it for so long, it doesn't really have that bar up here, has a little add button. So then you can create an announcement, create an assignment, create a question, or reuse a previous post. I'm going to show you a little bit more on the one we just created. So if you want to share a PDF or a URL, you still go to that same post and announcement. Here is the link for adding a PDF. So let's see if I have any recent that I could use. Here's a sample flip lesson that I had. And then you can share it with the class. So here's the activity. And then that's how you post a PDF. Oh, couldn't attach, but typically you won't have that issue. Okay, so there we go. Then using the same way to post. So what it's saying, since this is a new account, is that you can post work to students right away, picking a date that you want it to appear, or you can save it as a draft and finish it later. So you don't have to post it right when you want to write it. You can select a date. So I'll show you what that looks like when I post a link. You can post a video, you can post something from your drive. That's what these buttons represent. So if I wanted to select a YouTube video or a video from a URL, I would click that button. But if I want to post just a URL, then I would put in the link. So I would copy and paste the link, and then that would post right away. So if you wanted to use any of these buttons, those are available. So if I also want to schedule this for later, I can, instead of posting it right away, I can schedule a date to post the announcement. So if I wanted it to post tomorrow at 8 a.m., I could schedule it. You can, and then it will go to your saved announcements. So you can go here to see that announcement, and then you can make changes to it before you want to schedule it. Or instead, if you don't want to schedule it right away, you could click the button where it said Save as Draft instead. Okay, so that's how you would post an announcement later on. I think that's pretty useful, so that you don't have to post it right away. When you want to write it, you can write it and then post it later. Okay, if you want to make an assignment, you still go to that same Share with Your Class. I'll show you what it looks like on mine. If I go to this button, I can create an assignment. So this way, if I create an assignment, I could give the instructions, the title of the assignment, the due date. I can also post a Word document from my drive. And if you do that, so let's see, I had an activity before. So if I wanted to add this, I can change this where they can view the file, they can edit the file, or they can make a copy for each student. So if you want your students to each turn in their own individual copy, then that's the one you would want to pick. If you want to make a copy for the whole class to see, that's where you would just pick can edit the file, or they can view the file. Just if you wanted to send out a PowerPoint or something instead, that they just look at and then turn it in when they're done looking at it. You can also set how many points you want it, or it could be ungraded. You could set your due date and then which topic it goes into. So I organize mine by chapter, but you could organize it a different way. But that's how you would assign something for your class. Okay. Another thing that you can do on Google Classroom is administer a quick question. So if you go to that same add button, create a question, you type the question and instructions, and then you can make it that students can reply to each other, or they can go back and edit their answer. You can set a due date, kind of like an assignment. You can make it short answer or multiple choice. So if you want to administer a quick survey or a quick question in class, this is a good way to do it. And then students can see the class summary to see how other people answered if you'd like, or you can turn that feature off. But this is a good way to administer a quick question or quick quiz. Some other features that I find useful would be to have a classwork page. So on the classwork page, you can organize the resources a little bit better. So you could create an assignment, a question, material. So if I wanted to create an assignment for chapter 5.1 and the instructions are to turn in your homework, you could assign that to students, and then it'll show up on your classwork page. And then you could organize it by section, topic, to organize their homework if you wanted to have them turn their homework in through Google Classroom. And I find this really easy for students to see. They can also see any assignments that you've posted. So I posted that sample for Classroom. They can go to the Classroom Drive to find any past assignments from there. Now, another useful thing to talk about is adding people. So adding students. So if you go to the people page, it'll give you a classroom code. So you would show this to your students. I usually do this on the first or second day of school. I have them go through an activity, and in that activity they have to sign up for Google Classroom. And then you can, when you add students, so I'll add myself as a student. Oh, probably can't add me because I'm on a different network. So when they do get an email, then they can just log in that way instead of having them use the class code. You can add them on your own. So I've done that before. If I have like a student come in late into my classroom and then they haven't signed up for Google Classroom yet, I usually add them by their email so that it makes it a little bit easier for me to get them in the class. But these are some different features of Google Classroom. You can also go to this side, see you can add a calendar for each class, a to-do list. So the to-do list helps you see all of the assignments that you've created and whether students have turned it in or not. And then you can also find the reviewed work, so past work that students have done. Okay, so that's pretty much the basics of Google Classroom. I really enjoy it, using it in my classroom because it makes it really easy for students to get it on their phones or online, and everything is put together with Google Apps. So I can use Google Forms to create a survey, and it's really helpful in that way. So that's about it on Google Classroom. Thank you.